In Austin, I'm Quita Culpepper. The Leander Police Department is searching for a group of kids who they believe have been throwing frozen water bottles at cars, damaging over a dozen vehicles. People have reported it happening near North Baghdad Road and San Gabriel Parkway. That's near Glenn High School in Leander. Police say the series of attacks happened on the nights of May 29th and the 30th between 9 and 11 p.m. And they say victims have reported that several young people have been throwing frozen water bottles out of both the sunroof of a white Dodge truck and from the truck bed of a dark-colored pickup truck. Lieutenant Ben Girdler says this is putting people's lives in danger.
These are happening at night in the dark, and to not see anything coming and all of a sudden have your windshield shatter in front of you, it could easily cause a collision or cause someone to leave the road. So we're very fortunate and happy that at this point it's only been property damage and minor injuries, because it could certainly be much worse.
At least 4 similar incidents were reported in Georgetown and some in Williamson County. If anyone has security or dash cam footage of these incidents, you're asked to please contact Leander Police. Some people who live in San Marcos are worried after the federal government announced the Gary JobCore Center will close this month. The U.S. Department of Labor made the decision to pause operations at JobCore centers nationwide following what they call an internal review of the program's outcomes and structure. Here's Brianna Perez.
It's hard when you have so many plans and so many ideas that you want to go do and things that you want to build for yourself, and for that to become in a halt in just a couple of days. They just told us like a week ago, and now we're leaving.
Devin Haley says he spent several years at Gary JobCore, completing the clinical medical assistant program and pursuing a second trade when he got the news of the closure.
Their goal was, I'm going to change my life, I'm going to change the trajectory of my life, and now they're having to start over.
Norman Turner, the center director, says Devin is one out of the 1,400 students affected by the closure. Those living on campus will have to move out, and another 500 staff members will lose their jobs.
This is a massive hit to this area. It's something that the ripple effects we'll feel for quite some time.
Turner says not only did the Gary help the economy in San Marcos, it also changed lives. Gary Center instructor and alumnus Heather Escalante says without the program, she wouldn't be where she is today.
This was the last house on the block for me. So I fully believe if it was not for Gary, if it was not for JobCore and all of the counterparts, all of the people here in it, I don't think I would be here today.
They call on lawmakers to reconsider and for the community to stand with them during this time.
And that was Brianna Perez reporting. Pflugerville ISD is once again tackling an impending crisis in the Texas water industry. It's the second year for the school district to offer a state online training program. It allows high school students to get a water or wastewater operator license quickly. Industry experts say high rates of retirement and difficulty filling positions will lead to a shortage of water and wastewater operators in less than 5 years. TCEQ chairwoman Brooke Popp visited the group of 17 students Thursday. She says the program is important because of the state's population boom.
State, when you're growing by over 1,300 citizens a day and you have all of these businesses moving in, you've got to have the water and the water infrastructure to deal with the growth. But that infrastructure has to have people to run it.
Last year, Pflugerville ISD was the first school district in Texas to offer the state training program. Hamilton Pool temporarily closed to swimmers on Thursday. Travis County Parks officials say there were high levels of bacteria from the recent rain in the preserve. Now, hiking is allowed, but you still need a reservation to enter. Park officials recommend following the website for the latest updates. City of Austin leaders are changing a program meant to address the affordability crisis. The goal is to rework how the city balances height affordability and development incentives. Here's Kelsey Sanchez.
Austinites who live in affordable housing want it to stay that way.
DB 90 seems to be wiping, in some cases, naturally occurring affordable housing, which is why we're here today.
One by one, they address city leaders, asking them to rework the language on its Density Bonus 90 program, or DB90. The program, which was created last year, allows developers to build up to 90 feet, so long as the new development has affordable housing units placed. But now, Austinites like Vianney Camarlinga fear the program, as it's written, will raise rent costs and force them out of their homes.
Some residents are going to be really left in the dark, and some might even be homeless.
Camarlinga pays $1,250 in rent at Acacia Cliffs, a complex in Northwest Austin set to be torn down and redeveloped. Councilmember Vanessa Fuentes says her priority is ensuring multifamily redevelopments give current residents the right to stay in their neighborhoods.
This is an item that I think is kind of getting lost out there, is that we have very limited tools available to us as a local government in guaranteeing affordability. With our density bonus program, it's one of the very few ways that we can actually say we need income-specific units within the redevelopment.
Fellow Councilmember Mark Duchin is working on a preservation fund, which is a plan modeled in Dallas. Duchin oversees the area of Acacia Cliffs.
To basically pair a nominal amount of 2022 affordable housing bond dollars and Project Connect anti-displacement dollars that we've already got, and magnify that money into a fund that can help with naturally occurring affordable housing or low-income market rate housing preservation.
Plans city leaders hope to accomplish so the affordability crisis doesn't remain a crisis.
We need to be really sensitive, and what my proposal really is to try and figure out is how do we get ahead of that?
That was Kelsey Sanchez reporting. Councilmember Fuentes says the next step is to have city staff come back with recommendations and give people another chance to weigh in before changes are officially made. Well, it's expected to be a busy weekend at Austin's airport. Officials are urging travelers to get there early. They expected more than 35,000 passengers to fly out Thursday. Travelers should arrive at least 2.5 hours before domestic flights and 3 hours before international flights. And when it comes to parking, the airport announced on social media Thursday afternoon that the economy lot is already full and closed for the weekend, but spaces in the blue and red garages are still available. A bat and her 4 pups are on their way to recovery after being rescued in Pflugerville. Earlier this week, someone noticed a bat had fallen from the sky near South Heatherwild Boulevard. A staff member with the Pflugerville Animal Shelter brought the bats to the Austin Bat Refuge. They believe the mother bat was attacked midair by a bird while she was carrying her 4 babies. Now, officials say if you see a bat, please don't touch it. Only trained professionals should respond to wildlife in distress. And those are the headlines happening in Austin. I'm Quita Culpepper.